Is wrestling fake? I don't know nobody in wrestling that don't get that question.
You don't want to wrestle?
When I was a little bitty boy and I really wasn't old enough at the time to get in wrestling, and I used to watch it on TV. I just something about it. I was mean and tough.
I like stuffies, truckers, and big mesh hats. I like large round women in laundry mats. I like to wander jack like a backwoods thug and watch the moon shine through the bottom of a jug. Hugging and kissing.
I've had a few injuries that's made me think, why in the hell do I still do this? Fractured my neck, broke this wrist, blew both of my knees out, tore my ACL. I still use the light tubes and the barbed wire and the chair. It's all in how you do it. I mean, if you go out and you just throw everything in the ring and start using it, then that to me is not hardcore. I mean, that's just stupidity. I was wrestling with one of the promoters in SWF, and they left me all bloody, and I was trying to get out of their cage, and I was already so bloody I couldn't even see, and he slammed the cage and it smushed my head. It just started gushing from there. It was a nasty sight, and the people said they could see my plasma floating on top of the ring, on top of my blood. I do remember laying flat on my back in the middle of the ring. I felt the blood running down my arm, and that's all I remember. 3 weeks later, they dyed the canvas because it was just big old blood splatters all over the place. Your adrenaline's going so much when you go in the ring, especially when you got fans booing and cheering you. You know, it's like having a head-on collision. Unless it absolutely hurts you real bad, you don't feel it till the next morning, and you wake up and you say, oh my God, why in the hell did I do that? Four Corners Deathmatch is something me and Mike Woods both personally have seen, and we always said we want to try it. What it is, it's where you got bags, whether it's cloth bags, paper bags, as long as they're dark, we can't see what's in them. The promoter puts whatever kind of weapon, whatever he wants to use, only your imagination can tell what's in them. And if you can get that bag open, you can use whatever it was that's in it. And then you just fight with them till you can't fight no more. Me and Mike Woods, oh Lord. He went on the road with Gypsy Joe a little bit too, and needless to say, he took some of the beatings I had to take. We've had feuds, we've been up and down the road, we've fought each other, we beat each other. He's like, Joe, you never know what mood he's gonna be in, you never know how to take him. One day he may be laughing and cutting up with you, and the next day you just don't even want to get around him because he's irritable. I mean, he's ready to kill somebody. And usually at wrestling's when he's wanting to kill somebody. I mean, look, he put a few up there, I mean, that shows you. I haven't been in a lot of fights. I've always been the type that I would fight if I had to, but I never did really want to. But If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. I mean, I'm not going to go through town just wanting to fight somebody just to be fighting. I mean, I had reasons, and it just happened. I mean, I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy doing it, but I'm not going to be pushed around either. When I was a little bitty boy and I really wasn't old enough at the time to get in wrestling, I used to watch it on TV. Before I got with her, she was a lot wilder. She was one of the ones you'd see trying to jump in the ring and try to whoop somebody. I mean, you couldn't hold her back. Oh, she loves it. That's why I met her.
I'd get up in the ring and I'd fight with him, but now I just kind of sit back and holler for him every now and then. But I used to be crazy there.
My mom went to school with a guy. He wrestled as Dante. He started taking me to the shows, and I wanted it real bad, and I started setting up rings and doing everything I could do because I didn't have the money, and I really wasn't old enough at the time to get in wrestling. But a man named Gypsy Joe told me if I'd help him out, he would make sure that he'd make something out of me, whether it was good or bad.
If you represent your hood, start yelling, go your hood, go your hood. Represent your hood.
Gypsy Joe, my goodness, man's been around since ancient years and still going. Whether you hate him or love him, you can't do nothing but respect him. I mean, a lot of people hate his guts, despise him, would kill him if they had a chance. And a lot of people would kill you for thinking about killing him. Me personally, I love him. He's like any 73-year-old. He's been wrestling for 40-something years. He's honored. I mean, how can you not be? You put yourself, through that much abuse and still be able to do it. I mean, I hope maybe when I'm 73, I can still get in the ring and do it a little bit.
Watch him hit the floor, and don't stop his ass out and make the club close. Now get up in his face.
But I mean, I have nothing but respect for the man. What he showed me was wrestling holds. He'll teach you how to bump. He teaches you how to fall at the same time. He trains you, he teaches you the business. It's like anything else. If you don't practice it, you don't get it. Ask any old timer, I mean, if you ever interview anybody from the Jerry Lawlers to the Hulk Hogans to any of them, they're gonna tell you the same thing. You mess up, you paid for it. Four Corners Deathmatch, the promoter puts whatever kind of weapon, whatever he wants to use, he puts in it. We had a garlic mincer, somebody had snuck panties in there, we had thumbtacks, we had little poppers, chains, stick. I don't know nobody in wrestling that don't get that question. We was doing a Christmas chaos, and this old woman, she come up to me on her walker. She said, "I know how y'all bleed." I said, "You do?" She said, "Uh-huh, y'all cut y'all's head open and put fake blood capsules in it, and then cover it up with fake skin." And I just thought that was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. You got people who say they're not really hitting. Yeah, we're really making contact. So at that point, anytime you make contact with skin to skin, it's not fake. I don't care. I mean, that's like going out here and wrecking a car. You hit a tree with a car, you do 10 miles an hour and just dent the fender, you didn't total the car. Was it a real wreck or was it fake? It's not ketchup and it's not fake blood. It's real blood, it's real sweat, it's real pain. When you look at my head, that ought to be self-explanatory enough. I got a big gash on my forehead as it is. That's ketchup too, I want y'all to know. The beginning of wrestling actually started as a con in the carny. And why I say a con with the carny, it was a sideshow at a carnival. I don't think it was actually called wrestling then. What they did is they let local guys fight and fight and fight like the Tough Enough competitions do. And then they brought in a wrestler, a big muscled up guy whose job was to actually take you out. And they paid him good money to keep their money. I mean, it's prehistoric, I guess you could say. And I mean, it's changed over the years dramatically. I mean, and in the 80s, you didn't see them go off the top rope. I mean, you did, but it was very seldom. I mean, you get into the 90s, and then you start seeing the lucha libre, the Mexican style wrestling, it started coming over here. And if everybody's all muscled up, why do you want to pay money to see all these guys that look the same? Why not have the in-shape guys? Why not have the not so good wrestlers? Why not have guys with weight on them that's a little fat, you know? If everybody's the same, then you know, it's like, I don't know, the Germans, Hitler tried to make everybody look the same, you know, before World War II. You know, you gotta have character. I mean, if you're all the same, then you all should be the same character, and who wants to see the same character?
Come out here, unwind, have a good time. Great fan reaction, interaction, it's great.
The action, the way they move, the way they fight, the bad guys come out here, we both fuss with them.
I got sick a few months ago and I quit coming about 3 months, but other than that, I've been here.
What I love about the fans is not really the adults anymore. I'm there to show the kids a good time and show the kids that you ain't got to be strung out on drugs to go somewhere and have clean fun. You ain't got to run wild from your mom. You can still come and have family shows with your family. You know, you hear everybody talk nowadays about nobody spends time with their family. It may not be the time most people say, but I mean, how many families do you go to wrestling and see together? The biggest enjoyment for me is when I go out each night and the people's chanting my name or booing me or booing the other guy, is to see that one kid booing and to see that one kid with a smile on his face. I mean, there's a little kid at SWF in Tullahoma who they was telling me was a foster kid. He said, you know, ever since we've had him, he's never really opened up to nobody. And now he looks forward to coming every week just to see me. I mean, I put a smile on his face, and to me, that's more joy than the getting in the ring and wrestling itself. Without the fans, we wouldn't be here. I mean, there would be no WWE, there would be nothing like that. We would all be sitting at home wondering what we could do next. I mean.
Come on, Mike.
Yeah, it scares me because he likes to bleed. He'll take a lot more than anybody else will.
She don't really try to talk me out of it. She says sometimes with me working 78 hours a week, she don't understand why I do it. But I guess once it gets in your blood and you love it, you tend to do it. I mean,
Yeah, I do worry more since I know and you know, it's close to everybody. It bothers me. If he don't look at me, I get scared. If he don't let me know that he's okay, then I'm panicking. And I tell him he's gonna scare me and I'm gonna get up there and embarrass him one day.
She didn't want me doing it. Y'all heard that, right?
I mean, I don't care because he's got to do something that makes him happy. You know, he's got to enjoy something. Like on the weekends like he does, it's fine. It's fun. We get out of the house and we argue with people. He gets to beat people up.
I mean, you see a lot of parents, they want their kids to have goals, but then when they set their goals, it's something they don't approve of or don't like, as far as like mine was wrestling. But at the same time, if you don't let them fulfill their goals or make their own mistakes, you don't get nothing out of life. Respect your parents, stay in school, get an education, and do not get into wrestling. When I first started wrestling, I refereed. When I first broke into business, we had our fans bring a weapons match, and the people hated me as a referee. And I looked at the promoter. I said, "Well, how about they whoop me too if I get thrown out of the ring?" And the promoter at that time looked at me and said, "You're an idiot. There ain't no way." I said, "Just do it. Just try it." And he did it, and I got thrown out, and they whooped me more than they whooped the wrestlers, needless to say. And so, ever since then, he said, "Man, you're a freak. You just got to be a freak." And that's how the name originally got started. I couldn't tell her no. I mean, I would train her and I'd let her know that it ain't something you want to do, but if your heart's in it like mine was, I'm not going to stop you from doing any of your goals that you want to do.
It depends. I don't know, that's my baby girl. I couldn't see it. No. I'd probably throw a fit. What'd you say? Yeah. Did y'all see the little scars on her head? No.
Did you see the scar on her head?
No.
I didn't see it. If she wants to, she can.
Well, yeah, it'd be her decision, but I'd have to put my 2 cents in.
I'm easy to live with sometimes, I'll put it that way. Other times, no. I guess it's human nature, human anatomy, whatever you want to call it. Nobody's going to be easy to live with. Everybody's going to have their days, some better than others. Some get along better than others.
I'd hope she have no sense not to. She thought it was funny.
You seen that too, didn't you? My fiance, she loves it, but it gets stressful on her at times because of the way the business is and the way some of the things that goes at wrestling. There's a lot of jealousy there.
Sometimes it's all right, but not all the time. It gets old.
She deals with it. I mean, she approves of it, but she just don't want me messing up. I guess because we love each other.
Yeah, gotta keep my eye on him.
Money, if you want to call it money. It can be good, but right now I've been working, which I guess I'll be there till I retire. I work for a paving company. I love it. I do everything from help cut out roads to pave. I run Bobcat, backhoes, a uke or cat wagon, whatever you want to call it, them big dump trucks. Doing independent shows like we do, you better do it for the love of the business, not for the money. I guess my future now is to keep doing what I'm doing, you know. I mean, I've been fortunate to work with and around a couple of big companies. It was fun then because I didn't have no family. And now that I got my little girl and I got a fiance and I work all the time, right now I'm just doing it just to say I can still do it, I reckon. Come here, beauty. Rika. I'm really a nice person. I mean, looking at me, you probably think, God, that guy's crazy if you ever watch me wrestle. You know, and he does stupid stuff, but I guess I could say I'm very knowledgeable, even though I don't look it and act it. I do have a very good knowledge in history, and I was very good in school when I went. Yes, I did make mistakes. I did drop out, and I learned from them mistakes, but that's what I'm saying, stay in school. As far as what people don't know about me is they don't know that how smart I really am, because they always see me doing goofy stuff. It sounds weird, but I've learned respect. It's taught me respect for other people a lot more. I mean, I was taught as a kid, but it opens your eyes to respect. I've learned how to protect myself. I mean, I didn't have to get in no karate or nothing like that. I mean, everybody's gonna get whooped, but I've learned also how to protect myself if I did get in a fight. No, I'm not a big fighter. I don't fight a lot. I mean, I try to avoid a fight. Other than that, you know, working every day, I might fall off a ladder. Well, if I know how to take a bump in the ring, then I can try to set myself up. Well, if I fall off a ladder, I know how to fall without getting hurt too bad. I mean, I'm gonna get hurt more than likely, but it protects me better than if I didn't know what I was doing and I fell off a ladder, then I could really get seriously injured.
Ladies and gentlemen, you want to match. Now, please, Captain Ladies and gentlemen, again, you're wearing a match. The Beast, Anthony, Ladies and gentlemen, 216 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal, baby. Mr. Entertainment,
There's a lot of superpowers you could be. I mean, you know, have the capability to fly when you want to, or X-ray vision to see through some walls. Get out of car in traffic, get mad, just jump up in the air and fly off somewhere, you know.